What's going on? It's your boy Coach, and we are on day 36. So Super Bowl was pretty fun. I ended up eating a little bit more than I planned, which is okay. I've done so many different approaches, and like I said, it's something I'm prepared for. Some people will have that need to, if you break the diet or whatever regimen you're on, to quit. And really, like I said, since we're on like weekly goals and we're looking at weekly calories overall, it's something that we can make up. Now, I went over, it was about 1,200 calories, so my weekly deficit was around like 2,500, and it's supposed to be around 3,500. So really, I have a couple choices. Is the number one, make that up this week, or just leave that as is. And so I'm going to go ahead and make that up this week because the kind of the time crunch I'm in. But I'll suggest that if you're in a long-term weight loss and you got plenty of time to do this and you're not on any specific date, 2,500 deficit's fine. And there's going to be weeks where actually, even if you're at maintenance calories and you don't lose any weight, that's still progress, because in the end, we're just trying to get this done over time. We want to make the habits. And dealing with some of the different ways, sorry about that light, is kind of one of the ways we manage calorie surpluses, or we call them refeed days. And for me, what I had to do today is back my calories down 1,000. So that's going to be the easiest way. And actually, I did something I haven't done in about 4 months, which is to do a form of cardio that I really like. And that's what we'll talk about probably tomorrow, is more the calories outside. But for today's tip, it's really about the calories in. What's going to be most important is staying in that deficit. And in order to do that, we don't always have the same consistent calories every day. So if you're in an event and you go over on calories, the easiest way to do it is just to make it up the following day. And it seems sort of trivial. At the same time, it's not always easy. And how can you do that? Well, there's a number of ways. For me, I'm pulling back one of my meals. Obviously, I'm keeping protein prioritized, so I'm going to have a lot of protein today. Just like I said, I had over the weekend. Protein has that effect where, the digestion itself is going to burn some calories. But yeah, it's something that if you're, if you get concerned, or, for me, I had a goal of having, say, low carbohydrates, and I did for the most part. But then there was a point where, there was desserts and little treats, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to have some. I'm hanging out, I'm having fun. There's no reason to really shortchange myself. I still have about 3 weeks or so till I have my transformation pictures from the first 8 weeks. So, I have a little time where, if I had a little bit of a flex day yesterday, a little more that I didn't plan on, that's all right. And the same I suggest to you is what you're going to find. If there's things you're kind of craving, it probably means you're holding them back, or eliminating, or keeping too low of them. So like for me, desserts obviously is something that I kind of don't indulge in when I'm trying to be in a deficit. If anything, the desserts I'm going to choose are going to be my quote unquote protein desserts, which aren't as sweet or obviously as highly palatable as the things that are out there. Really, it's just coming back to one of the core fundamentals like we talked about, is being in that weekly deficit. And how you get there, there's many ways to do it. So whether that's, pulling back a meal, or, having a couple less meals, depending on, how many calories you went over your goal. That's something that you can make up this week if you happen to do like me. If you stayed on track, that's fantastic. And if you're feeling good, that's even better. Something kind of I'll say a lot is, if something's really working, stick with it. And if something isn't working, then you're going to have to make a change or a modification that enables it to something you can do for long term. So that's kind of it for today. And that's what I'm going to end with. And until then, next day 37, we'll see you then.